Sup guys, Glitch Doctor. Today I'm going to be doing a top 10 on the worst games. Now, these are games that I own, not anything like E.T. for the Atari 2600, because, well, I don't have E.T. and I don't have an Atari 2600. So yeah, this is just whatever I own. So anyways, let's get started. Number 10. Toy Story 2. Now, when I was, well, younger, I always kind of liked this game. But now that I've gotten older, I can see how bad this game can be. I mean, the idea is nice, but the gameplay is just kind of bad. It's just how this game doesn't really feel smooth, rather it just feels like the FPS drops pretty bad. And the graphics, well, you can see that edges are really pixelated, which are kind of a turn down, but you would expect something like that in a Nintendo 64 game. But this game just overdoes it. Number 9. Asteroids Hyper 64. God, it sounds like a Japanese game with a hyper in it. Anyways, this game, if you didn't already know, is basically a Nintendo 64 remake of the classic arcade game Asteroids. But let me ask you this. Who would want to go home after a long day of work, sit down and play this game with better graphics, than to just go into an arcade and relive those childhood memories? Well, people that want to play it, but don't want to get out of the house. I am not one of those people, so therefore, I don't care for the game. Number 8. Mission Impossible. The first time I played this, I was like, wait, what do I do? Unlike GoldenEye and The World's Not Enough, this game, which I was hoping to be a first-person shooter, is actually a third-person shooter with a camera that is not on the ground, but instead up high. Who would want to play a shooter game like this? I mean, come on. It's bad enough you have to figure out which buttons are which, and that can take a while. But with this camera, seriously, people, get it together. God. Number 7. Ken Griffey Jr.'s Winning Run. You know, I was never into sports games, so this is just bleh. And especially for it being on the Super NES, with the combined graphics and just the fact it's a sports game, just doesn't really make it fun. At all. Number 6. Ken Griffey Jr.'s Major League Baseball. Again with the sports thing, I don't care! Really, this again is just bad. And I mean it.
He seriously means it!
Just the whole baseball and sports thing, I was never a fan and will not start today. I'm sorry if you hate me for not liking sports, but this is just my opinion that I'm getting out. Number 5. Medal of Honor Frontline. Yes, this is a first-person shooter, but I just don't care for it at all. The controls are good, but the gameplay is just eh. It's in the World War II era, I think, but I never liked games of that style. I don't know about you, but I just think it's bad. And I mean bad.
He seriously means
Okay, will you get out of here? Number 4. Scooby-Doo Mystery Mayhem. Well, there's not a whole lot to say about it. You play as Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, going around solving puzzles and capturing ghosts in this book of, well, I forget what it's called now. Well, anyways, I used to like it, but now it's just meh. I never really liked the Scooby-Doo cartoons anyways. No, there's nothing wrong with me. I was just never fond of the series. Number 3. Madden NFL 2004. Another sports game? You may be asking, why do you have all these sports games if you don't like them? Well, my parents were into games like I am, but they also kind of like the games which I just hate. Sports games are one of those. So that's why I can make a top 10 worst games that I own anyways. Well, the gameplay is just like you would expect a football game to be. You pick up a ball and chuck it. But then there are all these moves and positions, you can do this or that. It just never stops. I'm kind of regretting making this top 10 now. Number 2. Intellivision Lives. Yeah, this is just a game with arcade games in it. I just don't really care for this game. Although you have classics in here, and even some unreleased games, to me it's just a bad decision on Nintendo's part for licensing this. Number 1. Populous. Just even listen to the word for a second. Populous. Like, what is this game? Oh god. Well, even to this day, I'm like, okay, how do you play this? What I see is that it's supposed to be a ripoff of SimCity, but just the controls of this game. I mean, for moving land, you have to hold R, Y, and use the D-pad. No one in their right mind would use terrible controls like these. And even the music. That creepy music. What is it for? This game is just downright, absolutely none other than terrible. Yeah, I just can never figure out how to do this. Oh, well, what are you staring at?
So yeah, that was my top 10. Again, about the whole sports thing, sorry if you probably hate me for this because I don't really care for sports, unlike some other people out there. Yeah, sorry about that. Well, yeah. But anyways, thanks for watching and please like, comment, subscribe. And if you have to ask me anything, you can contact me at theofficialglitchdoctor@gmail.com. And like I said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.